Hey everyone, my name's Matt. I'm the managing partner of TrueBook CPA, and today we're going to talk about 6 things that you should do before year end when it comes to your taxes. All right, number 1, bookkeeping. I know it sucks, I know it's time consuming, but this is easily the number 1 thing that's gonna help you save money on your taxes. Making sure that we're tracking every dollar that comes out and every dollar that comes in. Number 2, determine whether you should maybe buy something or sell something. Maybe that's buying a car or buying a piece of equipment to bump up those expenses to then bring down your tax bill, or maybe even selling a piece of property that you have sitting on the books, and when you sell it, it brings a loss, so therefore bringing down that tax bill by raising expenses. Number 3, consider changing the entity that you're filing as. Now, I know that there's quite a bit of confusion when it comes to LLCs, partnerships, S corporations, C corporations, and things like that, but consider maybe changing the entity that you're doing business out of, and that could really have an effect on your tax bill. All right, number 4, gather all your tax documentation, even your receipts. Again, I know it sucks, I know it's time consuming, but gather all of those documents so that when it comes to tax time and your accountant's asking for them, you have them ready. You guys aren't wasting time playing catch up, or you're not having to go back and dig through shoe boxes because you didn't do it up front. So I would recommend getting that stuff in order now so that it's gonna save you time and money down the line. This is also one of the biggest things that I see when it comes to when people pay for their tax bill. They're really paying their accountant for bookkeeping because the accountant had to go through and help them identify expenses and sort of organize documentation. If you do that yourself, then your accountant's not going to charge you for it later. Tip number 5, start making a list of questions now for your tax advisor so that when you meet with them before year end or even after year end, you can get all those questions answered. I see it happen all the time. I'll get off the phone with a client and quickly after I get an email asking more questions, which is fine, but obviously it would be a little bit easier to get those out over the phone. So make a list of questions, especially as you're going through your tax documents, because I'm sure things will come up so that when you meet with your tax advisor, you're ready for them. And last, number 6, book an appointment with your tax accountant, your CPA, whoever it is that does your taxes. Try and get on their schedule early. Things really ramp up near end of February, beginning of March, and that's when you'll start to get those auto reply emails saying that they're not responding to emails because they're too busy doing work. So I would say try and meet with your accountant late November, early December, or if you can, even in January, just so you guys have sort of a baseline and an understanding of where to move forward. I think if you focus on those 6 things, you're gonna be solid when it comes to doing your taxes. If I had to pick one that's most important, it's going to be the bookkeeping. And the reason is, that is the number 1 spot that's going to help you save money on your taxes. Think of this, every dollar that you miss as a deduction could be another 30 to 50 cents in tax that you pay. So it's really important to track, again, not only your income, but all of those expenses as well. So an easy exercise is to take your bank statement, go through and check off every item that's a business expense or something that you can deduct, and maybe do that monthly, or if you want to step it up a little bit, get something like QuickBooks. It's fairly cheap and it does a really good job at organizing your expenses because you sync your bank accounts directly to it. So maybe weekly you can go in and update your transactions, monthly, whatever it may be. And last, schedule an appointment with your tax advisor. Get going on that ASAP so you can get on their calendar and you won't have to be pushed back or have to wait to see them in March or April. Or even worse, you have to extend your return now, and now you're being pushed to maybe October of that year instead of getting it done in April or March.